come on here and talk about something. I know I haven't been on in a while. I've been going through a lot, but I'm really going to try and upload more on this channel. Again, I don't have makeup on. I did put a little bit of lipstick just to make myself look somewhat presentable. My hair's still done from this morning. But anyways, I just wanted to come on here and talk about something that's been on my mind. So I've really been getting into astrology lately, and before I was into astrology, I was into kind of like analyzing men. Like I would watch videos on how men think, and not just so I can date or anything like that, but just in general because I'm over analytical and I like to figure people out and things like that. But yes, one of the reasons is I just had a hard time with guys. So, and what I've realized is I stopped watching videos about how to get a man that are specific to all men. I stopped watching videos about that, and now I'm more into different kinds of zodiac signs pertaining to different men, like how to get a Cancer man, how to get an Aquarius man, how to get a Gemini man. Because what I've been noticing is that with some of these men, you try the tactics that you watch on YouTube and that you Google. Sorry if I'm looking weird. I keep looking here and then I'm getting more used to it. Don't worry. But yeah, you watch some of these guys that explain how to get a specific man and certain tactics, and if they don't do this, they're bad. And I think I'm gonna break it up into segments, but like that's not true. Some of these tactics don't work on certain men, and I'm gonna tell you why. For an example, an Aquarius man. You guys know Aquarius is like kind of the mysterious zodiac sign. They're very, very sociable people, but they're also very detached. And if you try some of these tactics on an Aquarius man, it's not going to work. Same with like a Libra. Just let me think of another one. A Libra, an Aquarius, and probably a Gemini, like the air signs. Like those tactics aren't really going to work. Ignoring them. Like a lot of them say to wait 2 or 3 hours to answer back. A lot of these guys say when you text them, be very vague. Don't be descriptive. Basically, just be like, hi. Yeah, how are you? And let me tell you, if you do that with an Aquarius, sorry guys, my phone was acting up. And I know I'm all over the place, but if you do that with an Aquarius, they will ghost you because they don't like boring people. You need to be a conversationalist. You need to talk about interesting topics. You need to be intellectual. So, I mean, you don't want to come off too strong. Like, it's like this with them. Like, you want to start off subtle, like, hey, say something interesting, quirky, I don't know, and then back off. But when they do finally talk to you, and it's consistent, say things that are interesting. Say things that are unique. Ask him about himself. Just because if you use the tactics that you're taught for most men, wait 2 hours to text back every single time, be very vague, let them chase you. Like, that's not gonna work. Now, that kind of stuff does work on like Taurus men, because Taurus men are very masculine, like they're very typical men. If they like you, they'll come up to you, they're not gonna waste any time. They like to wear their pants in the relationship, so they will be the one to chase you. So, it will work with them. Let me think of another zodiac sign that the typical advice would work with. Let me see. It would probably work with a Virgo, because they're also pretty masculine and they're very organized, and they would want to be the pursuers. And it might work on a Pisces, because they're very emotional, and if they like you, they're going to talk to you. So those, I mean, it would work with them, but like an Aquarius and things like that, no. If you want them to like you, you're going to have to be interesting. You can't use the tactics that were taught online, and that is why I stopped watching them, because I realized there's so many different kind of men, and they can still be masculine and not want to technically always chase you. It doesn't mean you should chase them either. It just should be reciprocated. Like, if they ask for your number first, they text you, you talk, but then they don't text you for 2 days, it's not necessarily because they don't like you. It's you haven't said something that intrigues them, or they're genuinely just busy and a little distant and detached. So if you say something to get their attention, like, hey, I just went to this place that was really interesting, it made me think of you, blah, 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 you're going to strike up another conversation. Same with a Libra. Libras are very intellectual. Now, Libras are a little more balanced. They still like their space, but they're not going to be back and forth all the time. If they like you, they are going to be a little more consistent than an Aquarius. But they're still going to need their space, and you're going to need to be intelligent, you're going to need to be interesting, things like that. So, I just thought I would share that because, especially after the Derek Jackson situation, so many of these guys have videos that women, like, will completely watch, completely cater to, and, like, go all in. And believe me, I still think women should be the ones that get pursued. But I think in this time and age, a lot of guys are scared. Also, you do have to consider their zodiac signs. Another sign I wanted to mention is Cancers. And my son's a Cancer, so I would know. Well, he's only 12, but they are very shy. So with a Cancer, you can technically make the first move. Meaning, now if they don't like you, they will be like, hi, yeah. But if they like you, they'll be really shy, but they'll still smile. They'll still look at you, but they won't make the first move. So that's another sign. You can kind of like reel in the bait, and eventually, you know what I mean? Or if you did want to text them first because they're shy, that would work too. But yeah, not all of these guys, some men have more masculine energy than other men, and it doesn't mean they're more manly. It just means they do need to be approached differently than a typical male. And yes, I believe they should ask for our number first. They should text us first. But after the first time they text us, it is sometimes okay to text them, to strike up an interesting conversation. And another thing about Aquarius is they want to be your friend. They want to be your best friend first. So if you guys are just friends, why can't you text them first? You know what I mean? But I'm going to get into the Gemini and some other signs later. But I thought I would just put that out there. I have really strayed away from watching like love gurus and guys that give girls advice and things like that because it just doesn't work for every single man. Same with women that like talk about how to approach a woman. Every woman is different. So I just thought I'd put that out there. If you guys like me talking about astrology, because it's something I'm no pro yet, but I've always been into it ever since I was like 11 or 12. And it's something I'm getting more into the older I get. So let me know if you would like me to talk more about astrology on this page.